Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode. This episode is about the 1, 2, 3 and the 2, 1, 3. So it's a combination of the 1, the 2, and the 3. And it's if you're a 1, 2, 3 or 2, 1, 3, I will tell you the differences in this video. And if you listen to this as the audio, I will tell it to you. It's slight, but there are some differences. All right, let's start off with a quote that describes you to a T. Those on the 2-1-3 or 1-2-3 path are here to work through issues of creativity, emotional expression, balance, and cooperation in support of people or causes, applying their energy in positive, constructive ways to teach, uplift, and inspire. Well, that's a really nice way of being described. So this is your positive side. This is the what you were meant to be doing here. So one of the things that you are one of the most creative people on the planet. That's from the 1 as well. So the 1, the 11, and everyone that has a 1 in their chart is very creative. But you also have the ability to express your creativity. And that is one of the things why you are really, really good at this. Another positive thing about you is that if you're working your chart in the positive, your body will be relaxed. You will be really healthy. It's easy for you to breathe deeply and easily. But on the other side, if you are not expressing yourself in a constructive way, so you can obviously, for you it's good to express yourself, but not expressing yourself is the worst thing you can do, because everything will tense up and your energy will stop flowing. In your case, it's your energy and your expressive energy. The second best thing to do is to do it in a negative way, or maybe the second best is in a neutral way. But when you're being negative, at least you're expressing yourself. So it's not the way to go for you, but at least you are expressing yourself. And the best thing is to use your expressive energy constructively. And this basically means that you have to use your expression as a positive, and use it also as your positive affirmations. You are a powerful creator, a powerful manifester. As you might know, that when you're manifesting things, it's important that you are really expressive about it and you can really feel those emotions. You are one of the best ones at this, because you have the expressive power, the expressive superpower that you need for this. The only thing is that you can both manifest this in a positive way, but also in a negative way. So it's a double-edged sword. So use this sword correctly and use it in the constructive way. And that's I think that's a really, if you only take away one thing of this entire video, I hope that it's this one, because this is really gonna help you in your finances, in your relationship, in your in your whole life, in your manifestations, in everything. So this is something you should take away from this session. So one of the other things is you genuinely experience pleasure in supporting and uplifting others. So this is also for your job, for example. Your profession really doesn't matter. Your occupation doesn't matter. Just focus on uplifting others, supporting others, using your creativity, and you will be happy, and this will be and the finances will flow to you. So those were all really positive things, with some side notes on the opposites. So what are some of the negatives? Well, you can be hypersensitive. You won't show it, and one of the things how most threes handle this is that they create like this extra persona who is and there's actually two kinds of this. The one who goes all into the intellectual part and really puts their emotions aside and just goes like it doesn't matter, and they're not really, they're not showing themselves, they're just showing this this facade. And the other way is that they're overconfidently showing bravado, but it's a ruse and it's not really them. But it helps you or them. I'm not sure if you are doing this. If you are doing this, take a good look at it and in some way try to get rid of it and try to express yourself correctly and true to who you are and true to what you are feeling. That's so important to you. So others can feel mixed messages because you can, for example, put on this bravado, but you're actually really insecure and you have a lot of self-doubt, but you're putting on a front. So your internal is not matching your external, and other threes, also other types, but if there are other threes, they will see that you're disambiguous because you're saying one thing and they are feeling another thing. Ones can have this as well, but they feel it in energy. And the threes, they feel this in the emotions. So your emotions are not matching up with your exterior, so to say. So that's also one of the things that you are really good at. You are really sensitive, which can be a bad thing and can be a good thing. But you are also very intuitive. You know when to do things, and you also know when to not do things. And this is something that, at least if I'm talking from my own experience, this is something that your parents or school or the company you work at, they can kind of disregard your intuition because we are a head society. I don't know how else to put it, but we're an intellectual society and we don't do feelings because we can't explain to someone, I don't want to do this because it doesn't feel good. It works in some of the more new age companies, but in most companies this just doesn't fly. So this is something for you to get back to your intuition and really listen to your intuition, and maybe bring the world to a place where we can be heart-centered instead of head-centered. And I think that's what everyone talks about when they're talking about we're living in the 3D world now, let's go to the 5D world. But that's besides the point for now. But stay true to your intuition. Really listen to it and trust it. You are a badass at this. So you have you can act confident, but you can get crippled by criticism. This is a big one for you, and if you're in a relationship, I recommend that you also tell your partner about this so they can take this into account when speaking to you. and when they have something to criticize or they have some feedback for you, that they really do it in a way that you can actually hear it without crippling from it. So whenever someone criticizes you, and this is something that's in your path that you have to deal with eventually, but if your partner can soften the blow or you can work on it, I think this that can be really helpful. I do the same with my girlfriend. She's 33. Yeah, so I usually use the hamburger model. So I tell them something nice. I tell them the critique in a very small way, like really small. When it can be like this big, but I'll bring it down to this big, and then I'll put the hamburger bottom and the top, and squeeze it with two things that they're doing really well, and then one thing that's I don't really like. And this is the part when they do this, or even when someone is criticizing you, and they're not doing it the correct way that works for you. It's important that you communicate and that you express yourself, what you are feeling at that point. And even if you can feel like you're being attacked and you have to go on the offense or on the defense, tell them that that's how you're feeling instead of going on the offense, defense, or even withdraw. Because this withdrawal is something that I've noticed as well. And it's not in the per se in conversations with my girlfriend, but there's something happens. She doesn't. I'm just telling her something, and something triggers her, for example, and then she withdraws. So I feel that the connection. I always we both really feel this well, that when we're connected to each other. So when she like tunes out, I'm like, okay, where are you? But the other way around as well. When I'm in my mind thinking about football or these videos or whatever, she's like, where did you go? So we really feel this really strongly. And when she withdraws, she pans it up. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And at some point, this is kind of like a volcano erupting. And it's nice and it's good if you could get out in front of that. So even if it's starting to build up, discuss it sooner than rather sooner than later, because it will get worse and worse and worse. But you still need to do this. So yeah, so that's something. Let's see what else I have. So yeah, for you, in everything that's not going well in your life, you can check and see if there is something that you're not saying, something that you're not expressing. If you can ask yourself these questions when you're not feeling as good, or when things aren't going your way, or things aren't manifesting the way you want, ask yourself these questions if you're expressing yourself and how you're expressing yourself. If it's in the positive, the constructive way, or literally in the destructive way. But besides all of these things, you also have the 1 and the 2. And here is the part where I'm going to explain to you the difference between the 1, 2, 3 and the 2, 1, 3. So I really want you to also watch the 1 video and also watch the 2 video. So for the people that are a 1, 2, 3, your 3 is your most important number, then your 2, and then your 1. And for the 2, 1, 3, it's your 3 is the most important, then the 1, and then the 2. So the further away the number, more at the end, the more important it is. So the 1, 2, 3 is higher on cooperation. So you thrive more on relationships with others than the 2-1-3, because that one is more prone to creativity. So that's a little bit more creative type and a little less cooperation type. But this also means that for the 1-2-3 it's cooperation, but the other thing is balance. And what I mean with balance by this, if you watch the 2, I'll go way more into detail, but for now I'll just tell you that the balance is really easy to spot in giving and receiving. So both you types have this, but the one a little bit more than the other. So when you're giving, and it can be literally giving, but it can also be like figuratively giving. For example, you always do the dishes, you always take out the trash, and your partner does not do that. And this is the kicker, you're not talking about this, so it's getting bigger and bigger in your head. This will go into resentment at some point. So you will really trigger resentment, and this really feels like an explosion. So you're getting a little bit more frustrated about it, a little bit more irritated, and at some point you're like, that's it, I'm done with this, and then you erupt, and then it happens. So this is something you should take a look at. So everything that is kind of annoying to you, or where you're giving a little bit too much, or the other one's expecting too much and you're actually giving it as well, this can build up towards resentment of the other person, even though you are the one who is not discussing it. So keep this in mind, and there's probably something you can think of right off the bat right now, and see how you handle that, and with this knowledge see how you could have handled it, or if you're still in the middle of it, how you can still salvage this situation. All right, so the 2-1-3 has the 1 as like a higher level number on the chart, and this one is a creativity, but also insecurity. Yes, that's a nice one. So the other one is a little bit more insecure. The 3 already has the self-doubt, so that's a nice combination, but also means that once you overcome these things, you will really thrive. But let's get back to the insecurity. This is a hard one, because I'm struggling with this. Well, struggling is a big word, but I'm dealing with this on a daily basis as well, and it's really deep-seated insecurity that has become such a big part of your life that at some points you don't even see it anymore as an insecurity. So for others it's very obvious that this is the case, but for you it's not that much, and add to that you have, or that you can have, like this other persona. It's hard for people to see, because that persona will not show it to the world, but your emotions will still show it to the world. And how to get rid of the insecurities is something that I will talk to you about in another video, and I will link that below. I have not created this one yet, so if you want to know more about this, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get the notifications for when that video actually releases. All right. Let's see what else we have. I have a lot written down about this. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's get to occupation. So yeah, I kind of already said this, but it really doesn't matter what kind of work you do. as long as you are, well, this one is stated a little bit different, so this one is nice as well. As long as you can build emotional bridges. So the other one was supporting and uplifting others, but also the building emotional relationships or bridges is something that you really thrive on. You have a lot of creativity and expression, and these are some of the things that threes are really good at. So writing, designing, singing, acting, debating, advising, promoting, and anything creative. So one thing that you will see is that all these things are, so dancing can be one as well. Everything is a part of expressing. So writing is expressing, advising is expressing, promoting is expressing. Everything that is expressing is something you are really good at and that you will find joy in as well. So you're best when supporting and uplifting others. And this is a really nice one for you. Once you get past the insecurities and self-doubt, creativity will flow, and so will your finances. So this is an important one for you to know. Get past your challenges, and your creativity will flow, and so will your finances. All right. So your health, you're one of the physically strongest people. You're physically strongest. You have the vigor of the two and the energy of the one, and the one has a bigger energy field than a three, but a three has a bigger emotional field than the one. So that's the difference. So one of the things that's really important for you is, and I've said this about 10 times already, you have to express yourself. You have to say what comes up in your mind, and you have to be truthful about it, because if you are not truthful about it, your energy, your throat chakra will not be flowing, and you will get all kinds of ailments to your throat. So if you have this on a regular basis, you know what to do. There's something that you're not expressing, there's something that you're not saying, or there's something you're really negative about expressing. One more thing, you also have the benefit of also being a one, and the one has can have problems with the lower abdomen or the reproductive area. And this is when, let's see what it was again. When energy is blocked. Yeah, so when your energy is blocked. So, once again, keep expressing your true emotions to stay healthy. Other things that really help is that for your healing, you can use. One other thing I also wanted to say is if you are watching emotional movies or listening to emotional music and you're actually not crying, I won't say there's something wrong with you, but there's something blocked within you. So there is something you're not expressing. So that's another way how to spot if something is not going 100% the way it should go according to your life path number. Emotional movies and emotional music can help you heal. And for your balance, it's really good to have to exercise and have some creative hobbies. If you have suppressed emotions, exercise is a really good way to clear it. One of the other things that works really well for you is to just go, combining two things actually. So you're going and you're taking a stroll or a more nice hike in nature. And while some types may just want to listen to uh, to nature while they're doing this. You can actually listen to soothing music while you are doing this. And for example, if you have the Apple earphones, you can put it on transparency mode, so you can still hear the birds, but you can also hear the soothing music. So you can get like best of both worlds, and you can use this to heal and to charge. Okay, so the final point that I want to bring up is in relationships, and this is it's I feel like I'm a broken record, because also with relationships it's important to express yourself truthfully, and this might be a challenge if you have that persona that we were talking about earlier. If you have set up something like this and you're using this in your relationship, then now it's time to let go of this persona and really go into your feelings and expressing your feelings. And also, and this has to do with your insecurities as well, but don't be afraid to lose face by expressing yourself. If you have the correct partner, your partner will understand, and your partner will get you. Yeah. And even if not in the beginning, your partner will at least respect you, that you are telling your truest truth. All right. Because if you are using that persona, you might be blocking positive feelings of love, affection, and passion. And what might even work for you is to have have arguments with your partner, because at least you're expressing yourself. So you can be angry, and even your partner can do this as well. Because if they're angry and they're expressing themselves, and this is in the negative, you can do it in the positive as well, obviously. But just expression is better than not expressing yourself at all. And in your relationship, it's the same. What I said with another part, the balance is also important. So don't overgive, and make sure that there's a balance and you do not go into resentment. So that's most of it for now. We're almost there. Let's see. Yeah, we've covered this. Yeah. So this is a small recap on what you what I talked about. If you want to remain supple and healthy, express your feelings. Exercise to release pent-up emotional and creative energies. Remember and visualize your strongest qualities. Make authenticity, showing what you really feel, a priority. And the other thing is, you are really emotional, so use these emotions. Use this to your benefit. And in this case, I'm talking about visualizations. Visualizations work really well for you as a Life Path 3. So use it and throw your expressiveness in it. If you're sitting, for example, in a lotus position or any other meditative state that you're in, and you're going for your visualizations, put your expression in it. So don't go like, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am rich, I am loved, I am whatever it is. Really feel it, like, I am love, I feel loved, abundance is all around me. And I can't even do it this well, but you can, because you are 3. So you do this way better than me, and go do this. So, final thing that I want to do here is to give you a couple of questions. So I'm asking you to get your pen and paper or your phone. I'll read out loud these questions twice, so you can write them down. And then after this video, you go and do something with it, answer them, and see if there are any insights that you can put into practice. Okay. Do I fully appreciate my creative abilities? Do I fully appreciate my creative abilities? Do I move from overconfidence to self-doubt? Do I move from overconfidence to self-doubt? Do I intellectualize my feelings, or do I let people know how I really feel inside? Do I intellectualize my feelings, or do I let people know how I really feel inside? What does my body reveal about how I'm using my creative energy? What does my body reveal about how I'm using my creative energy? All right. So look into those, answer them for yourself, and see if there's anything in there that you can put into practice. The following part will be in the show notes, but I'll read it out loud as well, so that you know there are some other videos. So the ones you can still watch are birth number or life path number 1, life path number 2, and life path number 3. This is obviously a video that you can watch again and see if there's anything you missed or anything else that resonates when you watch it a second time. And then we have a couple of laws. The law of honesty, the law of faith, the law of choices, the law of balance, and the law of responsibility. All of these have exercises in them, and those exercises are to overcome your challenges. So, thank you so much for watching / listening through this episode. Much love from me, and I'll see you guys next time.